Hey, it's Allie with Seattle Coffee Gear, and today we're doing a crew comparison between the R58 and the new Cinquantotto. It's a little bit hard to pronounce, still working on that, but basically it means 58 in Italian. So this is the previous edition and their new edition. Obviously you can see there's a lot of similarities. They've kept some of the design parts, but there are a few things that have changed. They've kind of gone away from some of that like more beveled side. You see a little bit more sharp cut. They've attached the cup rail to the machine, so now it's not removable. This one you used to be able to take off. Let's see if I can put it back in. There we go. You also have obviously the upgraded timer built in, which you did not have on the previous one. It's very subtle, very low key, so if you're not really into the big side panel, it's still available for you to use that way. You can detach the PID and just continue having that low profile scene. The feet are also different. They used to be adjustable or removable here. You won't have that here. Sits just a touch higher, right above 16. I think I said 15 in one of my previous videos, but 16 inches. So be careful of that in consideration or where you're going to place this machine. Still dual boiler, still has the same capacity, so a little bit over a ½ liter for your brew boiler, 1.7 for your steam boiler. You have the, let's see the old PID now. So old PID connected kind of with this old coily cable. Yeah, this old coily cable here. And so you had this little box and it could detach and be put away if you didn't want to use it or leave it out. But obviously not a whole lot going on, so it's probably more likely that you would put it up once you were done using it. You hold that little button there. It's a long hold, so eventually it'll take you into the menu. So you got language, you got your reservoir source. So right now it is via tank. You can do plumbed on either with that nice rotary rotary pump. It is heating. You can turn that service boiler off. Got your temperature, Celsius, Fahrenheit, brew boiler temperature here, and in the manual it can tell you how that converts to the actual temperature at the group. You have your service boiler temperature, which will affect the steam power and your hot water on this particular model. And then you're back to the start. It will stay on that brew boiler temperature just as like a standard if you wanted to have that out at all times. Doesn't sit as nicely though, obviously, and so they've kind of made some updates to that design. So now we have the new PID, which is detachable as well. But they gave it a little stand like you saw on the R60. So now it's attached to the machine so you can have a better view of it and you're not worried about where to put it. Touchscreen, so everything is a lot more sensitive. They've also added in some more function, which is always appreciated. You have your coffee temp at the top there, service temp, steam temp at the bottom. Both of those can be changed at the touch of a button. So we have, I'll change the brew boiler temperature. So at 255 right now, if I wanted to increase my steam power a little bit, just go 258 is the max. And then go down if you wanted to reduce that, 249. Same thing with coffee temp. Up if you'd like to go, it goes all the way up to 212. And remember, that's not going to be 212 at the group. That's going to be a little bit lower than that. So you can check your manual for the conversions. Have your little on off for Celsius or Fahrenheit. You can also turn your service boiler on and off there. But if you get into the deeper menu that they offer here, you get all kinds of different options and modes. So you have your boiler there, your eco mode if you wanted to turn that on and off. The calendar is probably one of the biggest updates I'd say that they've made overall to the function of this machine. So the previous machine, just like any of the other Rockets, you have to turn it on, unless when you get into the R60 and the R91. But they don't have like an auto on, they don't have a timer, but they've now given the R58 an auto on, so it will come on in the morning for you and turn off, and you can actually have it do that 2 times a day, every day of the week. So they give you a very customizable schedule, so you know your routine during the week and your routine during the weekend, it can auto warm up for you, which is really nice, especially if you're in a hurry and you don't like to think, wait, and you don't have time to do all that. So you also can switch your water tank or plum there, the language, date and time, all of that good stuff there. And then reattach. This one, the same thing, you don't have to have it attached. That schedule will still be programmed into your machine, but just make sure you program it, then turn it off and unplug, and then it will save all those settings. You don't have to have it in to have the machine operating, but it will give you better temperature consistency if you're able to adjust all that. And yeah, I think that's about the major differences between these two. Overall functionality, their quality of coffee should be just the same as you always know and love on that Rocket dual boiler machine. They have, let me go ahead and show you how they work or like some differences. So on this machine here, the previous version, still have a beautiful dispersion of that water, no buildup of heat, but your PID here just gives you that readout, that brew boiler readout. Now, if we were to do the same thing on our new model, we see our water start trickling, our pump activate, and we've got our timer going as well. And it might be hard for you to see on camera, but we've got our time right there, our time here as well. Oops. And if I wanted to unplug it, it's always good to turn the machine off before you unplug it. You don't want to just like unplug it while the machine is on. Perfect. And so it's going to, as soon as that wakes up there, it can give you heating symbols. It actually will tell you too when you need hot water. Little droplets will show up there. But yeah, still got your timer going. Everything you know and love about Rocket. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you have any questions, just let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.